Alright, so what we're going to be covering in this video is going to be our thoracic spine extension PAILs and rails. So this is the version where we're going to utilize our foam roller, as well as we need a rig or a door frame will be perfectly fine as well to be able to perform the PAILs and rails contractions. So quickly let's overview the process of a PAILs and rails. We first start off by putting the joint that we're working on into our passive stretch, passive range. The furthest range of motion we can currently access with that joint, and we want to maintain that for about 1 to up to 2 minutes of our stretch. Then from there we apply our PAILs contraction, which lasts about 10 to 15 seconds, and then a rails contraction, which is also 10 to 15. And these are going to be somewhat of a push and pull, and we're going to do this by creating a full body voluntary muscular contraction. Now this can be done to different intensities, so think of them as percentages. We're going to utilize the one that's prescribed for you, so that varies based on the individual needs that we're working with. So let's get set up first into that passive stretch. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up that foam roller. We're going to work on that thoracic spine. So we're thinking from the ribs up. Generally, we're going to be working around that mid-back region. Now what I want to do is set up so that my spine is basically creating pressure along the line on the roller of the area that I want to stretch here. So if I want to work on this portion of the thoracic spine, what I'm going to do is have the roller pushing directly into that point. So if I can feel that pressure, if it were to go right through my chest, through my body, I feel that somewhere right around here. Now, from there, I want to extend the spine, but I want to make sure that my lower back doesn't come off too far off the floor. I'm going to maintain a bit of a posterior tuck. We may feel those lower abs, the glutes and hammies engage a bit. The hands are going to come behind the head here so that we can just keep the elbows back, support the neck, so we don't just feel that neck fully pulling back. And then from here, we want to hang out for the duration of that stretch. Inhale through the nose for about 5 to 6 seconds. And exhale. Now, as you breathe in and out, try to stay relaxed. We may notice that during the duration of the stretch, we may open up some range, so feel free to slowly get a little bit deeper into that as well. Now, for our PAILs contraction, what we're going to do is think about trying to come out of this position. We're going to think about crunching the spine, or rather flexing it, but we're really focusing on applying pressure into the roller on the spot of the spine that we're working in. Now, in order to do that so that we don't just completely roll off the roller, what we're going to do is we're going to have the hands supported on the rig or the door frame. So if I've started off here, you can see when I bring my hands out to the rig, I'm not actually moving away. I'm not actually further pulling my spine forward or coming into more of a crunch. I'm going to remain within that range. Now I'm going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Keep that core really tight. You want to get a nice strong brace of the core. Then I'm going to spread that tension by further engaging my lower body, further engaging the upper body. And then to start the PAILs contraction, I'm going to start to think about crunching forward, pushing my spine into the roller. Because my hands are here, I can push back against the door frame or the rig. That allows me to not completely roll up. We're going to continue applying that contraction, that PAILs contraction for about 10 to 15 seconds. Then we're going to bring the hands behind the head, support, and while maintaining that contraction, now we're going to actively try to extend the spine. So I'm trying to further pull my spine down without letting that lower back come off. We're going to continue here. This is going to be very millimeter movements. You don't want to just end up going back too far too quickly. Go for about 10 to 15 seconds. Relax that tension. Hang out within that new range for about 30 seconds or so, focusing on breathing. And then we could go for another round of PAILs and rails. To sum that up, PAILs passive stretch for about a minute or two. PAILs contraction, bring the hands, create full body tension, get to the desired level of squeeze, contract up, bring the hands back, rails contraction, actively extend the spine, relax and rest, and then do another round if prescribed.